Buccaneer fans, what's going on? Louis here with the Frozen Pirate podcast coming at you, not live, pre-recorded. I figured I'd do this, put out an episode for you guys. It's been a long week. Just flew in from Tampa last night. Uh, what a great experience. Great time at the 2025 Sports Collectors Expo. I want to tell you guys, make sure you're on the lookout this week. I'm going to be dropping the Dante Culpepper interview that Daniel Morales of Fear of the Bay and myself had with Dante. Really good interview. I'm going to drop that interview this Friday at 6 a.m. so you can start your morning commute and listen to that or watch that. It's going to be on YouTube. I can't wait for you guys' feedback on that one. It was a really good conversation we had. I also have BJ Upton, former Tampa Bay Ray. Dwight Smith, we had a fantastic conversation with. Most people would say it was controversial. I just think that Dwight, myself, and Daniel had a great conversation on the state of the NFL. That's, if you guys are not familiar with who Dwight Smith is, he was drafted to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2021, picked off the ball twice in Super Bowl 37, helped the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win that Super Bowl. Very underrated. He had a lot of interceptions in his collegiate career. And then in the NFL, he made some big splash plays. But we got a lot to talk about. But first, I want to talk about a little bit about the Expo and the experience, man. You guys, I don't ever want to hear anybody out there in Florida say, oh, it's a little chilly out. Man, I flew back in. It was 19 degrees. Wasn't fun. Just that brisk, cold New England, Massachusetts air hits you. It sucks. It's just not fun, man. I was a little sad leaving, man, because I feel like I accomplished a lot out there. And shout out to you guys for all welcoming me out there. I'm 0-3 out there. I was watching the Tampa Bay Lightning play. I seen them lose to the Islanders. I seen them lose to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Had a great time both games. I left a little early the second game because I knew. Wrapped up the Sports Expo on a Sunday. Had a great conversation with the gentleman named Chad of the Collective. He grades cards. That's another episode I'm going to be putting out so you guys know what to look out for. But I went to that Buccaneers and Saints game. I guess I got baptized at Ray J because it just downpoured. And you know what? Better than snow. I've been to many Patriot games where it wasn't fun. It rained. I got soaked, but it was well worth the experience. Unfortunately, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fell short. And that's where I'm going to cut that. I'm going to end that right there. I was actually front row, close to the front row. I was like 2 rows, but I was second row, actually. You could probably see me on TV. I seen, what's his face? Bucky Irvin score a touchdown. He gave everybody props and stuff like that. I don't really want to talk about that Saints game because we're at a point now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I'm listening to you guys. I hear what everybody has to say. We need to fire the coach. We need to get rid of this guy. We need to get rid of that guy. Listen, you're still in the season. We're going up against the Atlanta Falcons this Thursday, December 11th, which is my birthday. I haven't lost faith in this team, but I am going to say this because I'm not going to waste you guys' time. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. These are two coaches. This is going to be an interesting game because both teams have a lot to prove. You have two coaches have a lot to prove. You have Todd Bowles, who's 7-6, and you have Raheem Morris, who's 4-9. Really hasn't panned out for him. I don't think he's going to be with the Atlanta Falcons. But if they can knock off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this game, wow. So you got all of two coaches trying to prove their worth now. And as far as Todd Bowles goes, I don't know what's going on. But I will say this. I try to put myself in everybody's shoes. Todd Bowles didn't drop that touchdown pass in the end zone. And I'm not defending Todd Bowles. So before you shut this off and you make an opinion, listen, hear me out. Todd Bowles didn't miss those tackles. Todd Bowles didn't drop that catch that Ibuka should have caught in the end zone. What Todd Bowles is responsible for is getting this defense ready to play, and this defense has been atrocious. One thing that I learned interviewing Dwight Smith, he told me just not to be afraid of speaking your truth and being yourself. And I think right here on this episode, we're going to do that. I'm not really a fan of the way this team has played thus far. You guys are all chanting MVP, MVP, MVP for Baker Mayfield. And I told you guys to pump the brake on that. I lost some followers because of that, because apparently I didn't know what I was talking about. Well, here we are now. Let's be honest. Baker Mayfield has struggled um, as of late. Liam Cohen hasn't really. I haven't seen anything impressive on Liam Cohen. But then again, it's hard to judge because it's like, let me ask you guys a question out there. Ask yourself this: if you were the offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what would you do better right now than what Liam Cohen is doing? I mean, than Josh Grizzard. I'm thinking about Liam Cohen. That's another thing too. Liam Cohen was awesome, but he's not walking through that door. He's the Jaguars head coach. Oh, look what he's doing in Jacksonville. Forget about that. It's not going to happen. He's not here. So you can sit there and say, I want this guy, I want that guy. You're not getting him. He's with the Jaguars now. We have to look forward. And looking at this game against the New Orleans Saints and what happened there, it got so bad that we don't know what's going on. Is it coaching? Going back to what I just said with Coach Grizzard, what would you do if you lost Mike, Chris, McMillan, Bucky, two of your starting guards? How do you game plan for that? So that's why I kind of give the coaching staff a pass. I will say this before you tune out. I will say this. Come this Thursday, tomorrow's game, if you're listening to this, today's game, for me, it's tomorrow's game. If Todd Bowles and company, if they lose this game, I think the season is done. A lot of people are saying, well, all they have to do is just beat Carolina twice. Well, what if Carolina wins this weekend and we lose? You get what I'm saying? Like, stop saying all we have to do. No, you need to finish respect. In my opinion, they play like shit. They can't tackle. It's so bad now that you went out and go grab the JPP. I see a lot of you guys out there, and listen, guys, don't take this personal. But some of you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, what is JPP going to do? Oh, why did they bring in JPP? I'll tell you why they brought in JPP. They brought in JPP to crack heads, to have people held accountable. You notice when he came to Tampa, when we first traded for him, the difference in the defense. The biggest problem with this defense, it lacks a pass rusher. I get it. A lot of you guys are waiting for Kalijah Kancey to show up. He's always hurt. A lot of you guys are waiting for Yaya Diaby. I like Diaby. I think the only way Yaya Diaby is going to be effective is if you get him another pass rusher. Hassan Reddick, I got nothing to say. I respect all these guys. I do. I really respect every single one of these guys. But what's going on right now, I can't even, I have no words for it because of the amount of injuries and the fact that, do I want to blame Bowles and the coaching staff? I think it's just 50-50. But I'm telling you right now, if the Buccaneers lose against the Atlanta Falcons this Thursday, this is on Coach Bowles. And I know a lot of people love him. I love him too. I like the morale of the locker room, but I don't I don't see the Buccaneers going deep into the playoffs with the way they're playing lately. Now you get Mike Evans back, hopefully. Hopefully again, Jalen McMillan. You got Chris. You got a reloaded offense. Let's see what you can do now. It's the Atlanta Falcons. They're sitting at 4-9. The Buccaneers are sitting at 7-6. Baker Mayfield's got to play better, in my opinion. And I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear that, but Baker Mayfield's got to play better. Cade has got to play better. Like I don't know why we don't see Devin Culp. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see Culp in there. Don't know why we don't see him. You know, just this team disappointed me this year. I don't think they're going to make a big time run in the playoffs, in my opinion, unless we get a spark this Thursday night. This Thursday night is going to determine where this team goes and how far they go. JPP is a guy to come in and uplift the team, to get something going on defense, because what's going on in the defense, just it ain't it. I don't know if he's there to kind of coach these guys up, but I mean, what are you going to coach that these coaches haven't already coached? The biggest problem with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is they don't have a good pass rush. I don't care what anybody says. I'm looking at the statistics. There's nobody that scares me on this team. Nobody scares me on this team for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you ask me, mediocre defense at best. They've caused turnovers this year. They got a couple of sacks, but mediocre at best. JPP is not the savior of this team. He is a voice. He is a voice. He's there to hold guys accountable. But if you ask me, this could be another trap game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It just looks like they're not motivated. There's something lacking. The defense lacks confidence. Why? Shout out to my guy AJ, but I don't know. He's right, man. Why the hell do we continuously play this cushion coverage? That game against the New Orleans Saints, it was a shitty game with shitty weather against a rookie quarterback. That rookie quarterback tried to go deep in that game. What happens? He paid for it. Zion McCollum finally showed up, got an interception. Why aren't you playing press? Why aren't you playing man coverage? Bump these guys off the line. It's raining. Nobody's going to throw a deep ball, man. Didn't do it. And I swear, man, it's like ever since that Cooper Kupp situation with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Todd Bowles, this defense just looks different. It's like, where's the, excuse me for cussing, but where's the fucking firing squad? This team lacks a firing squad on defense. I think the only guy out there with some energy on offense is Bucky. Bucky's the only guy that has that energy, man. I love Emeka Egbuka. And I hear people criticizing Egbuka. Look, the guy's a rookie. And thank God they did draft him. They did need defense. I get it. They did need defense. But imagine if they didn't draft Egbuka. They didn't go at the wide receiver position. Imagine that. Who is Baker throwing the football to? You know, and I hate, and that's not a shot at anybody out there who covers the team. That's just my opinion. But sometimes I hear some things and I'm just like, what? Dude's got 54 receptions and 806 yards. He leads the team right now. So to sit here and say we should have never drafted him, that's bullspit. And if you catch the reference, you know. Looking at the Atlanta Falcons, you got Drake London, 810 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns, almost identical numbers to Emeka Egbuka. Bijan Robinson is over 1,000 yards. Buccaneers got to contain Bijan. Now, look, this is a primetime game, creamsicle jerseys. You guys know how I feel about primetime games. You guys know how I feel about creamsicle jerseys. They're nice. They're just not it. I prefer the white Steve Spurrier jerseys. This game, if the Buccaneers lose this game, I'm not surprised. If the Buccaneers lose this game, I've already started my draft research, and I'll tell you what, I'm not going to mention who it is, but there's a couple of guys. The Buccaneers must go defense in the draft this year. They have to go defense. I don't want to hear shit about offensive linemen, running backs. We need another wide receiver. We need a tight end. No, you need defense. You need somebody that's going to take over for Lavonte David. Clearly, I hate to say it, Lavonte David has lost a step, and that's not a knock at him. He's a legend. He's a goddamn icon for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Right here with this guy, Mr. Derek Brooks. Lavonte's got nothing else to prove. I expected this type of play from Lavonte. He's older, man. He's not the same Lavonte. He came back thinking that we could win a championship, and I thought we could win a championship. A lot of you thought we could win a championship, but unfortunately, it's just not the case right now. This team's got to do a better job at executing on defense. The defense sucks. And I hate saying that. And I don't like speaking that way about players, but they got to wake up. I don't know if it's a confidence issue, but the defense sucks right now. They can fix it. You got guys on this team that can fix it. Vita Vea is still pushing. Yaya Diaby's still pushing. Where's everybody else? I had high hopes for Logan Hall. I hope he shows up this Thursday night. I just don't get it, man. Like, do something. Fight. You got embarrassed by the Saints. Shout out to the Bucs, man. Thanks a lot, man. My first game at the Ray J. I'm 1-1 watching the Bucs. I seen them play the Patriots. Brady was a Buccaneer. So at least I'm at 500 with this team. And I'm not saying I wasted the money because I got the tickets for a really good price, man. But you know, watching that game, I was just quiet. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. This is horrible. I predicted 38-14. I wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons winded up doing the same shit. And it's Kirk Cousins. Wild. It's crazy. Um, just insane. I mean, the series is tied at 32 wins apiece. You know, these two coaches are both fighting for their jobs at this point. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Leave a comment. Let me know who you think could be a head coach of this team moving in the future. Where do you want to see this team go as far as the draft? Do you want to see them draft offense first or defense? It all depends on what the coaching staff looks like. Look, if the Buccaneers get into the postseason and they advance to the divisional game, Todd Bowles is keeping his job. That's just the hard truth. Todd Bowles is going to keep his job. If he wins a home game, a home playoff game, he will keep his job. Because again, I know I may sound a little upset, but here's the thing, guys. I can't blame him for everything, but he takes 50% of the blame. I hear a lot of you guys trashing the guy. Let's bring back John Gruden. Look, I like Gruden now. I think he's funny with Barstool Sports. Keep him over there. Let me know in the comments what you think John Gruden would do for this team. My personal opinion, I think that train already passed a long time ago. I don't think that the offense that he would implement with Baker Mayfield, I don't think it would be a good fit, in my opinion. It didn't work with the Vegas Raiders. You guys want Gruden. Guys like Mike and Chris will probably be out of here. Look what happened to Amari Cooper. Look what happened to Khalil Mack. That's what he does. He got rid of John Lynch and Warren Sapp in the same year. I still haven't forgave him for that. Said, we need offense. And who did he bring in? Come on, I'm waiting. Who did he bring in after they got rid of John Lynch and Warren Sapp? I mean, we had a couple of good years, but it didn't amount to anything. We didn't develop nobody. So with all that being said, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to the Frozen Pirate Podcast. Make sure you leave a comment. Smash the like button. It goes a long way. Like I said, this Friday, we have a very good interview with Dante Culpepper that I'm going to be releasing. And then I also have a really good interview with Daniel Morales and Elijah Roberts' mom. That's going to be another interview I'm going to post. Hopefully, you guys can donate to her charity. And that was a good conversation. I almost got a little emotional during that episode because some of the stuff that she went through, I understand, not because of I've never been through domestic violence, but somebody in my life has. But it was a really good interview, and you gotta be subscribed to the Frozen Pirate Podcast. This isn't our normal live stream, fancy microphones and all this stuff. Listen, guys, I'm jet lagged. I had the hard reality of coming back to Massachusetts. You know, my family's here. I get it, but man, I didn't want to get off that plane. I didn't want to board that plane. I went to this beach, just kind of gathered up my thoughts, thought about the whole trip. I met a lot of great people. I met a lot of interesting people, especially at the Lightning games. You guys are awesome, very friendly. Some really cool people that, listened and have some interesting outlooks on life. And it's really cool, man. And I felt, like I could breathe out there, versus up here. And again, if you guys watched my Instagram video, I'm not taking a shit on Massachusetts. It's just that I feel like I've evolved. I've outgrown this place, and I just can't stand the cold anymore, man. I'm going to do a lot. Follow me there, Frozen Pirate Podcast. Also on X, Louis FPP. I'm gonna show you guys why I dreaded coming back to Massachusetts. I think I'm gonna start putting up some work videos so you guys can see the what we call is the shit show. That's what I'm gonna start doing, those little clips, the shit shows at work, so you guys can see and feel my pain. The ground is frozen. It just sucks. But with all that being said, I'll be back in March. Shout out to my guy Josh, DJ Ups, man, for letting a kid out of the 508 go down there and put in a word and let me interview some people. That was really cool. And like I said, guys, make sure you are subscribed. Turn on the bell notifications. Not your typical Frozen Pirate podcast video. I get it. It's just that this week I was just tired. Like I said, jet lagged, and I just kind of wanted to just unwind. But I wanted to give you guys something. So my final score predictions for the Buccaneers and Falcons. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 28-17. I think the Buccaneers defense is going to improve a little bit. And I think Baker Mayfield will have himself a day. I think he finally gets past 200 yards. I don't think Mike Evans is going to have 100 yards. I do think Mike Evans will score a touchdown if he plays. I'm not going to believe it until I physically see him on the field ready to go. But I will give props to Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin has been playing a lot better since he's been back. I think Ibuka will, if I'm the Buccaneers, man, I'm going to run the football. You got to really unload Rachaad White. You got to really, and that's another thing too, before I end this. I don't feel like they're utilizing Rachaad White. A couple of years ago, he was behind Christian McCaffrey for most yards after contact. Why we moved away from that, I don't understand. Also, this coaching staff is not doing a very good job at utilizing the three-headed monster. You got to unleash this three-headed monster at running back. And for fuck's sakes, excuse my language, we need a firing squad on defense. Where's the firing squad? That's all I'm going to say. I can't wait to start giving you guys my draft input. I've been studying a lot of players. There's a couple of guys that I've been keeping my eye on. One from Ohio State, a linebacker. I think you guys know who I'm talking about. Also, another kid there that I'm not going to give it away. I'll just wait until the Buccaneers season gets done and over with, and I'll give you guys my input. But I will say this as a sneak peek: they need to go defense. We can't go another year. I mean, to not have a pass rush is the biggest problem with this team. No pass rush. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss anything, guys. And I promise you I'll come back with a better episode. Just I'm jet lagged. I'm still tired, man, from yesterday. I got in late, and every time I get off a plane, it takes me like a day to kind of recover. I don't like planes at all. It's just not my it's not fun. Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to you guys for showing up at the Expo. Appreciate it. Chris, I appreciate you coming down, shaking our hands, seeing us, man. I got a cool care package coming your way. Also, I will be doing t-shirts. I'm actually going to give you an original Frozen Pirate podcast shirt, brother. That's coming your way. But we're going to be going for a rebrand pretty soon because things are starting to change now, and we're going in the right direction, and we're trending up. So I'm excited for that. So be on the lookout, guys. With all that being said, put God first, love and respect one another, peace, and stay warm.